Hi everyone. So today we are going to do our family fruity pizza. Okay. I'm doing this today because we've tried doing some of the recipes in Andy's class, and Andy's class is just not set up correctly for us to do this, to where we can you guys can watch and really get involved in what we're doing. So I'm going backwards now, and so we're going to redo what I had been doing, which is making these videos. We're going to watch it, put it up on the big screen so that you guys can see this, and then we'll go ahead and make our recipe for the day. Okay, so that's why this video is happening today. So here's our blueprint, and all of you have this. You guys don't need to bring this on Fridays, okay? Keep this in the binder that I gave it to you guys to keep. You should label it recipes, and punch the holes, three ring hole puncher, and put it in your binder or in the sleeve. Slide it in the sleeve, something like that, so that eventually, when you do move out on your own, you have all these recipes that you can refer to. So like, this is a nice little dessert that you can have. It's really simple, or it can also be, it can be just like bringing something to a party, or it can also be like a little like snack in the afternoon. Like, say you want tea, have something with your tea, like they do in England. Right here, here's a nice simple little snack that you can have with that. Okay, so let's go over our blueprint, our recipe, and we have our cookie dough there, and it's just sugar cookie dough. It's just straight plain sugar cookie dough. We have our cream cheese, right there, and I've been letting it sit out and soften. Our fruit, now here today I just have some blueberries and I have some strawberries, and so that's what we're going to be using for our fruit topping for our pizza. We have our pan, so here's our pan, our sheet, a dull knife, which we're going to use that for spreading our cream cheese. That comes later. And now I also have a sharp knife because I have to try and open the cookie dough. And I can't do that with a dull knife, obviously. And then I'm also going to be peeling all the tops of our strawberries and splitting our strawberries as well, so that they'll go a little further. And a little rag here just to dry my hands and things like that. And then, of course, our oven. Our oven, I have it preheating right now, so I have already turned it on. And it's set for 375, and so I'm going to set that off to the side. What we're going to do right now is we're going to go ahead and we're going to open up our cookie dough. We can take our sharp knife, so be careful if you have to use a sharp knife. And we're just going to split our cookie dough wrapper right there. Make sure that you run the knife away from yourself, you guys. Okay, run away from yourself. And like I always tell you, we were working at the restaurant or, food industry, some type of food thing that you do, job at. We would have gloves on, we would have a hairnet, beard guard, whatever, okay? But since I'm cooking this at home, and I'm kind of doing this for my family, I won't have to do that, but I have pre-washed my hands, and I try to not, wipe my nose or scratch myself if I can when I'm cooking and when I'm handling all this stuff. So that's always an important thing to do as well. Try not to do that. So now I'm going to put this off to the side. And our recipe says here, our little blueprint says here, what we're going to do is press out our cookie dough. So we're just going to take our hands and we're just going to press it out, okay? And make sure that it's not frozen, but it does have to be refrigerated. And we're just gonna push it out here. And we want to not make it too thick, but not too thin either. And this is kind of a, I know this is not, it does say to use a pizza pan. I don't have a pizza pan. So I'm just going to press this out, just like that. And you don't want it really thick because it won't cook. It'll cook, like the edges will cook, but the center won't cook. So we want to try to keep it, we want to distribute out the dough as evenly as we can. Okay, make it all the same thickness all the way across. Okay, that's important. We don't, otherwise you'll have raw cookie dough in the center and overcooked cookie dough on the edges. And then it's just not any good. And you just gotta throw it away. And we don't want to do that. Okay? We don't want to waste. There's enough wasting in the world. Okay. And as you can see there, I have got that all pretty much the same thickness. Now, it's not a circle. I'm kind of doing this on the fly here, but that's okay. You know, pizzas actually, just so that you know, pizzas actually, if you were actually to go to Italy and you ordered a pizza, they would bring out a rectangular pizza. It would not be a pizza in a circle. That's like what we know. It is an actual rectangular pizza. In fact, that's how my grandmother used to make her pizzas. She would just make a rectangular pizza, and we would just cut it up into squares, and that's how we would eat it. And we didn't think twice about it. We were just through. We had to have pizza. Okay, so that, as you can see across the board, you can see that it's evenly even all the way across. Okay. All the way around. See? So that's what we're trying. That's what we are going for. Now, as soon as our oven is done preheating, we will pop it in, which we have about 20 more degrees to go. In the meantime, I'm going to cut our strawberries up because obviously we can't eat the green stuff on top, and this is where our sharp knife comes into play, and this is where we have to be extremely careful when we are cutting these things. Now, I would probably say you could do it on a cutting board or what have you, but my cutting board is dirty, so I don't have it. So I just cut the top off, and don't eat a great big old strawberry like that on top of your pizza. So you're going to cut it in half. So we'll probably cut it in half and probably even quarter that one, because that's a big strawberry. That's a big one. Okay. So now we go to the next strawberry, and you can see, whoop, it's a little tiny one. But again, we're going to take off that stem, and this one we'll just cut in half. That's probably the best thing to do with that one. And we'll go through all our strawberries just like that, just so that we can, make sure that we have them all across in our fruit pizza that we have. Now this is a funny shaped one. Look at that one. That's like a rectangle, huh? So this one, we're just going to split it in half because it's long and thin like a rectangle. See, now we got two halves, and we'll just do that. Okay, so that little doo-doo that you heard in the background is our oven, and it is ready. So into the oven our cookie dough goes, and we're going to keep an eye on that about anywhere from 8 to 10 minutes on that. So we have to keep an eye on it. And my oven's actually pretty good, so it cooks really fast. So I'll probably start looking at it at 5 minutes and then go from there. We want it to be like a nice golden brown so that we know that it's done. Okay, so we can continue here. And make sure that your strawberries aren't bad, okay? Because see, like this strawberry here, that one's bad. So we're just going to set that one off to the side. And I've already pre-washed all of these fruits just so that you guys know. We always want to do that because strawberries, if you guys don't know, they grow right on the ground. And there's mud and dirt, and the people just pick them. They pick them right off the little strawberry plants, and then they pack them. So when you go to those strawberry stands and you see the rows of strawberry fields, all they have done is gone out into those fields and picked them and put them in those little baskets, and then you're supposed to take them home and wash them. Okay, that's very important that you wash them because you can get sick if you eat stuff that has not been cleaned. They use some really serious chemicals on the ground and on the plants themselves to keep the bugs away. Because in the ground they have a thing called, on the strawberry fields, it's called nematodes. And they have to put a gas. That's when you see the field is all covered with plastic. And under that plastic they pump a gas underneath the plastic in order to kill it's like a fungus, a nematode, is what they call it. And that's the only way to get rid of nematodes is to gas the soil. So you don't want to be eating that soil, especially if it's on your strawberries. Okay, so always wash your strawberries, wash your blueberries, wash an apple, wash the outside of an orange. Even though they do process oranges pretty heavily, apples are washed and waxed, oranges are washed and waxed, but strawberries are not. Strawberries, blueberries, any of your berries are not. Carrots are not. Well, carrots are washed, but they don't wash them thoroughly. They just run them through. Same with tomatoes. They're kind of, because farm tomatoes are actually grown right on the ground. They don't stake them. They don't, like how we have done at the greenhouse, where we have those little wire baskets and we have the plant growing or something like that. Or you've done them at home. The farm tomatoes are grown right on the ground, and the machines just roll over the top and just suck them up, and everything's just picked up and packed. They're not like homegrown, that's for sure. So this is a big one. So we're going to cut this one in half, and then we're going to quarter it. So one whole into a half, and then we're going to split that, and that makes quarters. See, now we have quarters right there. So quarters, halves of halves. Okay, so I took a half, split that. Now I have a half and a half. Here's a quarter, here's a quarter. Okay, let me check our cookie dough. A little bit longer. Not quite there yet. Now these are blueberries. And here's our cream cheese. Look at our cream cheese out. Now remember what I told you. Cream cheese, this whole thing of cream cheese has less. Okay. So you see how these are broken up into, I don't know if you can see the lines, but each one of these lines represents a serving. And there are 8 servings of cream cheese. So we counted them out. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have 8 servings. Okay, so this whole brick of cream cheese only amounts to 5 grams of carbohydrates, because each serving of cream cheese is only, well, it doesn't even register. It says that it is less than a gram. Okay, so if we say less than, so that could be like maybe half a gram, it could be anywhere. So I'm saying this whole brick is about 5 grams of cream cheese. So if I wanted to, because of the diet that I'm on, I could eat this whole thing of cream cheese and I'm good. I wouldn't want to because it would make me sick, and I don't recommend any of you guys doing that. But that's just something, that's just a little bit of trivia there for you guys to know, in case you get on Jeopardy or some other game show and you end up, and this is, let me open up a package here, because we're gonna use this whole package, or most of this package, on our pizza. So that's what cream cheese looks like, just plain cream cheese. Good old plain cream cheese, just like that. And it really doesn't have much of a taste. I really don't know even how to describe the taste. It doesn't really have, it's kind of a sour, sweet taste. You use this a lot on bagels, and you'll use this also on, well, you can also put this like with salmon, like you have lox and bagels. Okay, so what you do is you take your bagel, you slather your cream cheese on top of that, and then you put a little thing of salmon on top of that, and then you eat that, if you're so inclined. I wouldn't do that, because you know I don't like fish. Okay, so our cookie dough is just about there. Just like a little bit more. A little bit more, guys. It's getting there. It's getting there. It's just kind of little. It's the edges are just starting to brown, but the center is a little gushy. Okay, I think our cookie dough is ready. Get our pot holders out, and let me put down my insulators here, because as I've told you before, this is my wife's counter, and she bought this counter and had it all installed, and we have to take very good care of it. So we don't want to scorch it. We don't want to put a hot pot or a hot pan right on top of it. Okay. Ooh, yeah. See, there's our cookie dough. See how it's nice and golden brown all the way across? Looking good. Now, we don't just go right into that and start putting our stuff on. Okay, first, we have to let it cool down. So that's very, very important. We have to let it cool down before we go to the next step. So, one of the things that we have to do is we have to wait. And just like our blueprint says here, now our blueprint says we wait 10 to 12 minutes. Okay, so I'm thinking probably closer to maybe 15, 20 minutes. But we'll see. So we're back. We've let this thoroughly cool, so I can put my hand on it. We're good. If we took it right out of the oven and started trying to put our stuff on there, our cream cheese, start spreading it, the dough would just get all messed up. So we have to wait. We have to make sure that it's cool all the way. All right. So we're going to take our cream cheese and we're going to just start spreading it. Okay. And probably will end up using most all of it, because I'm generous with stuff. That's the problem. I'm too generous. Giving soul that I am. I am. Believe it or not, I try to be a good person. Hope you guys have all had a good weekend. We'll have a good weekend if you have some plans. I have no plans. Well, I do have plans. I'm going to be working on my car. Oops. I'm going to be working on my van. Old Reliable. And Old Reliable, I'm going to do the front suspension on it. I'm doing I'm going to be replacing the struts, the brakes. I did this weekend I did the brakes in the rear, and I did the rear shocks, the rotors, and I changed the PVC valve, but I still have like an oil burning smell in the car. So I'm thinking that I probably have a valve cover that is leaking and leaking down on top of one of the exhaust manifolds. That is a major job, but I will be doing that. Well, I probably won't be doing that. I probably will order the parts so that I can do that. But yeah, I'll do that. I'll probably get that done because we're going to need the van because we have plans of going down south. For spring break. And take the van. And when I'm down south, I'm going to buy myself a little something if I can raise the money. That's the bugaboo. I'm going to find the money. That's the problem. So, as you can see, I've been making stuff here. I've been making jams and jellies, and I'm going to try to sell those, and raise money so I can put it towards a project that I have. And I can sell my bread. I know I can sell my bread. That's easy. But that's pretty labor intensive though. Not really. Not really labor intensive, but okay. So we try to spread this out as even as we can. Okay. We try not to be too heavy with our knife. So we try to get it all nice and pretty. You can see I'm going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Just like that, right? Okay, and we have like an ounce there. I know I probably, let me just use it. Because the recipe did say 8 ounces. So I'll just use it all. What the heck? Like I said, I can eat a whole brick of cream cheese. And I'm going to cheat today because I am going to try. Because I really like this. It really looks like a good recipe. Now that's a lot of cream cheese. Okay, that is a lot of cream cheese. But I'm not going to be eating a whole brick of cream cheese. Okay, so that's evenly spread out, as you can see. Okay, and we'll put that there. Let me get a little, clean it with your towel, wipe my fingers off now. Okay, so now we have our cream cheese all evenly spread out, right? Looking good. We're going to take our blueberries. Okay. We're just going to take a handful here. And we're just going to kind of do this business with them. Spread them out. Okay. And just kind of put those all out there. And I'm not going to take the whole thing. That's just silly. You're not going to, so we're not going to do that, but we're going to cover it pretty good. Okay. Right? Because this is, and I could make the design if you really wanted to. You could make a red, white, and blue flag if you chose to do that. You could do that if you wanted to, but I'm not going to do that. That's you could do that. You could use this for a 4th of July picnic party. And just toss, you just toss it there and here and there. You just kind of put your fruit wherever you want to throw it. There's no rhyme or reason. There's no right or wrong way. Okay, this is your creation. Do what you want. Us artists, we're a little crazy. We're a little crazy. Okay, just have fun with it. And really, being a chef, it really is. It is an art. It really is an art. And a lot of times you have to think, how do people come up with all this stuff, right? How do they know that if you do mix this and mix that, it makes this, right? You have to think like that. And it's all part of experimentation. Don't be afraid. Take a chance, you guys. Put yourself out there. No one's going to get mad. If you make a mistake, oh well, you make a mistake. I'm not going to get upset with you. Maybe your parents will. That's kind of the role of being a parent. Oh, get upset, but it's just that we care about you guys, and that's all. That's what it comes down to. We just care about you guys, and we don't want you guys making mistakes. Cause been there, done that, But there is something to be said about letting you find your way. You gotta let them make their own mistakes. They'll find out. Sometimes you just gotta let it happen. Okay. So there's our fruit pizza right there. And now what we'll do is we will cut that in slices. I'm probably going to do little squares. And if you're so inclined, these are some of the toppings. And this is just me. Okay. This is just me. You don't have to do this if you don't want to. But if you choose to, okay, so you can. Once you cut your slice, you want to put a little whipped cream on top of it, make sure you shake it up really good, right? Don't put your mouth over it and go, don't do that. Right? We've already gone over that once before in one of our other recipes. That's nasty. Okay? But we shake this up really, really good. And once you cut your slice, put a little bit on there, you're good to go. Or you can drizzle it with honey. Just not a lot. Just, of course, this is a Mondo. This is a Costco industrial size strength honey, because I use a lot of honey in my cooking. So just drizzle a little bit of honey on top of that. Ooh, looks good. But anyway, so this is our recipe, and this is what we are going to be making today. And after we go for our little walk and we come back, we will, like I said, I'm going to cut up the cookie dough. I'll bring this, and I'll bring this, and you guys can try it if you want topping, or you can have it just like that. However you guys want to do it. Okay. I hope that all of you enjoyed this. I do enjoy doing these videos, so I'm kind of glad that I get to do them again. And I will see you all tomorrow, since today is Sunday when I'm doing this. And then we'll watch this Friday, and then we'll actually go forward and make this. So I hope you guys all have a good evening. Be safe, and I'll see you. Bye.